Have you ever wondered why women come back after hurting Sigma males? Why women come back after Sigma males isn't just a provocative statement, it's a psychological reality rooted in the unshakable nature of the Sigma archetype. In relationships, Sigma males defy conventional expectations. They aren't defined by chasing affection or seeking validation. Their power lies in an unwavering composure that persists even when wounded. Today, we dissect this compelling paradox. Why does walking away from a Sigma male so often lead to regret and return? This isn't merely about reconciliation. It's about the gravitational pull of a man who refuses to diminish his self-worth, revealing uncomfortable truths about human desire, self-sufficiency, and the cost of underestimating quiet strength. The Sigma's response to pain is pivotal. While others beg or bargain, he retreats, not out of weakness, but to preserve his sovereignty. This absence creates a vacuum. The woman who once interpreted his independence as detachment begins to confront what she's lost, a partner who demanded no pedestal, whose calm demeanor masked a depth she now craves to unravel. Her return isn't driven by guilt, but by the sobering realization that his emotional resilience, a trait she mistook for indifference, is the rarest form of power. Yet this dynamic transcends mere romantic strategy. It exposes a universal truth: we undervalue what doesn't cling, only to covet it once it's gone. The Sigma's silence after betrayal becomes a mirror, reflecting back her own vulnerabilities and unmet needs. His refusal to perform desperation forces her to confront the emptiness of superficial drama, and the allure of a man who thrives beyond it. By the end of this exploration, you'll understand why Sigma males, often misunderstood as aloof, wield an irreplaceable magnetism. Their strength isn't loud, it's tectonic. And in a world obsessed with noise, their silence echoes longest. This deep dive into the Sigma psyche is brought to you by the Sigma male community, where we decode the principles of self-mastery, authenticity, and the art of leading without followers. Stay rooted here, where the Sigma code isn't just discussed, it's lived. Number 1. Silence as power. Instead of reacting with drama or pleas, a Sigma male's silence after a breakup is portrayed as a powerful statement. It's not just the absence of words but the presence of strength, self-respect, and an unspoken confidence. This contrasts with societal norms where emotional outbursts or attempts to reconcile are more common. Silence here becomes a form of communication that speaks volumes about one's value and control over their emotions. This initial silence adopted by a Sigma male post-breakup acts as a stark deviation from the expected emotional responses often witnessed in interpersonal conflicts. In a culture where emotional displays, be it anger, sadness, or desperate pleas for reconciliation, are frequently perceived as the immediate and almost mandatory reactions to a relationship's end, the Sigma male's quietude stands out. It's not merely about withholding words, it's about projecting an aura of self-possession that defies the conventional script of heartbreak. This silence inadvertently transforms into a potent form of communication, one that resonates deeply with an underlying message of inner fortitude. It subtly suggests a man unperturbed by loss, secure in his self-worth, and fundamentally in control of his emotional landscape. In essence, this silence isn't just an absence of noise, it's a powerful resonance of inner strength, echoing louder than any dramatic exclamation could. Furthermore, the power of this silence is amplified by the societal backdrop that often encourages overt displays of emotion as a sign of vulnerability and authenticity. In contrast, the Sigma male's quiet strength can be interpreted as a sign of emotional mastery and resilience. It intimates that he is not grappling with internal turmoil to the point of needing external validation or reconciliation. This self-contained demeanor projects an image of a man who values his own emotional equilibrium above the immediate gratification of emotional release or external reassurance. The silence becomes a symbolic representation of his emotional independence, suggesting that his value is intrinsic and not contingent on the relationship or its aftermath. This powerful and unconventional response can trigger intrigue and re-evaluation from the woman, prompting her to reconsider the dynamic and the man she might have underestimated or misunderstood. Number 2. Sigma males don't beg for validation. In a world where many seek external validation for self-worth, Sigma males stand out by inherently valuing themselves without needing others' approval. This trait highlights a profound self-assurance and independence from social constructs that dictate one's value based on others' perceptions. The cornerstone of a Sigma male's persona is his inherent self-validation, a quality increasingly rare and profoundly attractive in a world where external approval is often aggressively sought and heavily relied upon for self-esteem. In contemporary society, where social media metrics, peer acknowledgement, and societal endorsements frequently dictate an individual's sense of worth, the Sigma male operates from a fundamentally different paradigm. He doesn't look outwards for affirmation, his sense of value is deeply rooted within himself. This intrinsic self-assurance acts as a beacon, drawing attention and admiration precisely because it contrasts sharply with the pervasive need for external validation that characterizes so many. It projects an image of strength and self-sufficiency that is both compelling and magnetic. This internal locus of validation is not just about being self-centered, it reflects a deep understanding of his own worth independent of social constructs and fluctuating opinions of others. Sigma males are depicted as individuals who have cultivated a robust inner compass, guiding their actions and decisions based on their own values and principles rather than the shifting sands of societal expectations or the fickle nature of public approval. This steadfast self-reliance is incredibly alluring because it suggests a man who is not easily swayed by external pressures, someone who stands firm in his convictions and knows his inherent value regardless of external circumstances. This profound self-assurance can be particularly captivating to a woman who might be accustomed to men who constantly seek her approval, as it represents a refreshing and deeply respected independence. Number 3. Permanent loss. The notion that once a Sigma male moves on, he does so completely, without looking back, is unique. It shows a level of decisiveness and forward-thinking that is rare. This characteristic underscores the idea that Sigma males do not waste time on what they have outgrown or on past regrets, which is a stark contrast to the often cyclical nature of many relationships. The concept of permanent loss associated with a Sigma male's departure introduces a unique and almost unsettling finality that differs significantly from the more commonly experienced cyclical patterns in relationships. Unlike relationships that often oscillate between breakups and reconciliations, the Sigma male's exit is portrayed as a definitive, one-way transition. This characteristic signifies a decisive nature, a man who is not prone to revisiting past decisions or lingering in situations he deems concluded. This forward-thinking approach, focused on progression rather than regression, is not only rare but also subtly intimidating, suggesting an unyielding resolve. It speaks to a man who values his time and direction too highly to be drawn back into what he perceives as a closed chapter. This sense of finality is further amplified by the implication that a Sigma male does not dwell on past regrets or attachments. In a world where nostalgia and sentimentality often cloud judgment and encourage revisiting past relationships, the Sigma male's ability to move forward without looking back is seen as both liberating and somewhat disconcerting. It suggests a capacity for emotional detachment and a commitment to personal growth that transcends the pull of past connections. This perceived permanence can evoke a sense of unease and reconsideration in a woman who has ended a relationship with a Sigma male. The realization that there might be no second chances, no cyclical return, can prompt a profound re-evaluation of her decision, as the finality of the loss becomes strikingly apparent. Number 4. Independence and self-control. Sigma males are depicted as having an exceptional level of emotional regulation and self-sufficiency. They do not let others' actions dictate their emotional state or life path. This control over one's emotions and life direction is not only rare but also highly admired, setting them apart from those who are easily swayed by external circumstances. The defining trait of independence and self-control in a Sigma male underscores an extraordinary degree of emotional mastery and autonomy that is both scarce and profoundly desirable. In a world where emotional reactivity and dependence on external factors for happiness are commonplace, the Sigma male's ability to regulate his emotions and steer his life path irrespective of others' actions is remarkably distinctive. This self-possession suggests a man who is not easily perturbed by external chaos, someone who maintains a steady emotional keel regardless of the storms around him. This level of control is not just about suppressing emotions, it is about understanding, managing, and strategically utilizing them, which elevates him above those who are dictated by their emotional impulses. This emotional and directional self-governance projects an image of unwavering strength and reliability. Sigma males, in this depiction, are not at the mercy of fleeting emotions or the whims of others. Their emotional stability is internally derived, making them pillars of strength in their own lives and, by extension, in the lives of those around them. This characteristic is highly alluring because it promises a partner who is not emotionally volatile or dependent, but rather a steady, reliable presence. For a woman who might have experienced relationships marked by emotional turbulence and instability, the prospect of a partner with such profound self-control and independence can be incredibly appealing. It suggests a mature, stable relationship dynamic, free from the drama and unpredictability that can often plague less self-possessed individuals. Number 5. Lack of chasing. The refusal to chase someone who has left is portrayed as a sign of self-respect and the understanding that one's value does not decrease because someone else does not see it. This behavior flips traditional relationship dynamics, where chasing is often expected, showcasing a Sigma male's confidence in their own worth and the journey they are on. The Sigma male's inherent refusal to engage in chasing after a woman who has departed from his life is a powerful assertion of self-worth and a rejection of conventional relationship paradigms. In typical relationship dynamics, the act of chasing, pleading, pursuing, and attempting to win back someone who has left is often normalized, even romanticized. However, the Sigma male's stance deviates sharply from this norm. His unwillingness to chase is not rooted in arrogance but in a deep-seated understanding that his value is intrinsic and does not diminish simply because someone else fails to recognize it. This behavior inherently flips the script of traditional relationship expectations, where the onus often falls on the chased individual to dictate the terms of engagement. This principled stance against chasing underscores a profound sense of self-respect and confidence. It communicates that a Sigma male sense of worth is not externally dependent on validation or acceptance from others, particularly from a woman who has chosen to leave. By not pursuing her, he is effectively stating that his value remains constant and unquestionable, regardless of her decision. This assertive self-respect can be strikingly attractive, as it suggests a man who is secure in his identity and does not seek external validation to affirm his worth. It challenges the woman to reconsider the dynamics of the breakup, as it becomes clear that she is not in a position to be pursued or begged for, which can trigger a re-evaluation of her own actions and the value of what she might have lost. Number 6. Hard to replace. This point highlights the rarity of Sigma males due to their combination of traits like depth, independence, and emotional intelligence. The difficulty in finding someone with these qualities after having experienced them can lead to profound regret, emphasizing how unique and valuable these characteristics are in personal relationships. The assertion that Sigma males are hard to replace emphasizes the unique amalgamation of qualities they are portrayed to possess: depth, independence, and emotional intelligence. This combination is not commonly found, and when someone experiences these traits in a partner, the subsequent absence can be profoundly felt. It's the realization that what was lost was not easily replicated, leading to a sense of regret. This rarity underscores the inherent value that Sigma males bring into personal relationships, making them not just partners, but uniquely enriching figures in someone's life. Their depth allows for meaningful connections, their independence promises a stable and self-reliant partnership, and their emotional intelligence ensures understanding and empathetic interactions. The difficulty in finding a replacement after experiencing these qualities stems from the fact that these traits are not just desirable on their own, but their synergistic combination creates a distinctive relationship experience. Someone accustomed to the depth of conversation and emotional understanding provided by a Sigma male might find subsequent partners superficial or less engaging. The independence and self-assurance that were once taken for granted might be sorely missed in partners who are more needy or less decisive. This contrast can lead to a significant sense of loss and regret, as the individual realizes they had something truly exceptional and now face the challenge of finding, or more likely not finding, those same qualities in someone else. This realization can be a potent factor driving a woman to reconsider her decision to leave, as the comparative scarcity of such qualities becomes increasingly apparent. Attention all Sigma males and those who admire the Sigma way of life. The Sigma male community is a channel like no other. It's a sanctuary where the ethos of independence, emotional mastery, and profound self-understanding are not just discussed but celebrated. Here, you'll find content that resonates with your inner world, providing insights into living life on your terms, enhancing your personal growth, and navigating relationships with unparalleled depth and authenticity. This channel is your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and strategic life advice, tailored specifically for those who walk the path less traveled. Make it a habit to tune in daily, immerse yourself in content that speaks directly to your soul. And don't just watch, engage. Drop your video suggestions in the comments, tell us what you want to see, because we're here to make content that feels like it's made just for you. Your journey, your rules, your community, let's evolve together. Number 7. Regret and unfinished challenge. The script suggests that Sigma males leave an impression that leads to regret in those who leave them, not just because of what was lost but because the challenge wasn't met or resolved as anticipated. This reflects on the Sigma male's ability to leave people pondering over their decision, showcasing a psychological depth and impact. The concept of regret and unfinished challenge delves deeper into the psychological impact a Sigma male can have on someone who ends a relationship with him. The regret experienced is not merely about the loss of the person but also about the sense of an unresolved dynamic, an unmet challenge. Sigma males, in this portrayal, present a certain enigma, a complexity that might not be fully grasped or addressed within the relationship. When a woman leaves, she may later realize that she has not fully navigated or understood this complexity, leaving a sense of unfinished business. This sense of incompleteness can be a significant driver of reconsideration and even a desire to return. This unfinished challenge aspect plays on the human tendency to seek closure and resolution. Sigma males, with their independence and emotional depth, might present puzzles that are not easily solved or personalities that are not easily deciphered. Leaving such a relationship might feel like abandoning a complex and intriguing puzzle midway, leading to a persistent curiosity and a nagging sense of what if. The regret is compounded by the realization that the opportunity to fully understand or solve this person, to meet the implicit challenge of connecting with someone so unique, might be lost forever. This psychological undercurrent, the sense of an uncompleted journey of understanding, can be a powerful motivator for a woman to revisit the relationship, driven by a desire to resolve the unfinished challenge and alleviate the lingering regret. Number 8. Comparison with others. After experiencing the unique qualities of a Sigma male, comparisons to others often reveal the former's superiority in terms of emotional stability, independence, and genuine connection. This comparison underscores how Sigma males set a high standard that others might not reach, making them memorable and hard to forget. The inevitable comparison with others is a pivotal point in understanding why women may return after leaving a Sigma male. Once someone has experienced the distinct traits of a Sigma male, his emotional stability, independence, and capacity for genuine connection, subsequent relationships or interactions often pale in comparison. This is not just about idealizing the past, it's a recognition that the qualities once experienced set a high benchmark that is difficult for others to meet. This comparative analysis often starkly reveals the Sigma male's superiority in these key relationship aspects, making him not just a past partner, but a standard against which future partners are measured and often found wanting. This phenomenon of comparison highlights how deeply impactful the Sigma male's characteristics can be. Emotional stability, for instance, might be fully appreciated only in its absence, when one experiences the emotional roller coaster of a less stable partner. Similarly, the value of independence becomes clear when contrasted with clinginess or dependency. The genuine depth of connection offered by a Sigma male may stand out starkly against the superficiality or emotional shallowness encountered in other relationships. These comparisons are not just fleeting thoughts, they are often profound realizations that underscore the unique and valuable nature of the Sigma male. This can lead to a strong sense of loss and a re-evaluation of the decision to leave, as the woman realizes that she has traded a unique and fulfilling relationship for something that, in comparison, feels significantly less satisfying. Number 9. Life not improving. The realization that life didn't get better after leaving a Sigma male points to the intrinsic value they add to someone's life, which might not be fully appreciated until it's gone. This shows the subtle yet significant influence Sigma males have, often undervalued at the time. The dawning realization that life did not improve post-breakup from a Sigma male is a critical factor in prompting a woman to consider returning. This isn't necessarily about life getting worse, but rather the subtle, often unnoticed, improvements and stability that the Sigma male brought to her life become glaringly absent. It's the quiet, consistent value they added, often undervalued or taken for granted during the relationship, that becomes profoundly missed in their absence. This realization underscores the intrinsic worth of the Sigma male in a partner context, showing that their influence was not just significant but also subtly woven into the fabric of daily life, making their absence keenly felt. This point illuminates the often underestimated nature of the Sigma male's contribution to a relationship. Their emotional stability, independence, and consistent presence might not be dramatic or overtly attention-grabbing, but they provide a bedrock of support and predictability that is essential for long-term happiness and well-being. In their absence, daily life might feel less secure, more chaotic, or simply less fulfilling in ways that were not anticipated. The things that were once seamlessly integrated into the routine, like consistent emotional support or a sense of reliable partnership, are now missing, creating a void. This isn't about grand gestures but about the quiet, consistent provision of value that is only truly appreciated when it's no longer there. This understanding can be a powerful catalyst for regret and a desire to reinstate the relationship, recognizing the previously undervalued positive influence of the Sigma male. Number 10. Power dynamics. The shift in power dynamics where the Sigma male's absence leads to the other party feeling less in control or even powerless, reveals how their calm and collected nature can disrupt expected emotional engagements. The alteration in power dynamics post-breakup, where the absence of a Sigma male leads to the woman feeling less in control, even powerless, highlights the subtle yet significant influence they wield within a relationship. This isn't about overt dominance, but rather how their calm, collected, and self-possessed nature fundamentally shifts the expected emotional engagement in a relationship. In many dynamics, power is often perceived as emotional reactivity or the ability to elicit a strong emotional response from a partner. However, the Sigma male's characteristic composure disrupts this norm. His lack of reactivity, his steady emotional state, can inadvertently shift the balance of power. When a woman leaves a Sigma male expecting a certain emotional reaction, perhaps anger, pleading, or desperation, and instead encounters calm detachment, it can be disorienting. The expected power dynamic, where her leaving would cause significant emotional upheaval in him, is undermined by his self-contained response. This can lead to her feeling less in control of the situation than anticipated. The Sigma male's emotional equilibrium becomes a form of power in itself, a silent assertion of control over his own emotional state. This unexpected shift can prompt reconsideration, as the woman realizes that the dynamic she expected to manipulate or control is not unfolding as predicted, and that the Sigma male's composure is a source of strength that alters the relational power balance in unforeseen ways. Number 11. Attracting attention post-breakup. The phenomenon where Sigma males become more attractive after moving on signifies that their growth, self-improvement, and emotional mastery make them even more appealing, highlighting the transformative power of their approach to life. The intriguing phenomenon of Sigma males attracting attention post-breakup underscores the magnetic effect of personal growth and self-improvement. As Sigma males are depicted moving on from a relationship, they often channel their energy into self-enhancement, be it emotional, intellectual, or physical. This period of focus and development can inadvertently amplify their attractiveness. It's not about deliberately trying to appear more appealing to a past partner, but rather the natural consequence of investing in oneself. This self-directed growth radiates confidence, competence, and a sense of purpose, qualities that are inherently attractive to others. This enhanced appeal post-breakup highlights the transformative power of the Sigma male's lifestyle and mindset. Their approach to life, characterized by independence, self-awareness, and emotional mastery, becomes even more pronounced when they are no longer investing emotional energy into a relationship that has ended. The freedom to fully focus on personal goals and self-betterment allows these qualities to shine even brighter. This renewed focus on self often results in tangible improvements, career advancements, physical transformations, deepened emotional understanding, all of which contribute to a more compelling and attractive persona. Ironically, by moving on and focusing inwards, the Sigma male often becomes more desirable to those who may have previously overlooked or underestimated his value, including past partners who then perceive this evolved version of him with fresh eyes. Number 12. Misunderstanding emotional calmness. This point elucidates the misconception that calmness equates to a lack of emotion. Instead, Sigma males are shown to have mastered their emotions, using them strategically rather than being ruled by them, which is a nuanced form of strength often overlooked. The final point, misunderstanding emotional calmness, addresses a common misconception that can surround Sigma males, the idea that their composure and lack of overt emotional displays indicates an absence of feeling. This perspective is fundamentally flawed. Sigma males, as depicted, are not emotionless, rather, they are masters of emotional regulation. Their calmness is not a void of emotion but a testament to their ability to understand, process, and strategically utilize their feelings, rather than being impulsively controlled by them. This nuanced understanding of emotions as tools, rather than rulers, is a sophisticated form of strength that is frequently overlooked or misinterpreted. This emotional mastery is a critical aspect of the Sigma male's allure. It's not about suppressing emotions but about achieving a level of emotional intelligence where feelings are acknowledged, understood, and consciously managed. This allows for reasoned responses rather than reactive outbursts, strategic decision-making unclouded by emotional turbulence, and a consistent demeanor of level-headedness. This is a powerful form of self-possession and inner strength, as it suggests a man who is not tossed around by the whims of his emotional state but rather stands firm, grounded in self-awareness and control. The misconception that calmness equates to emotional shallowness is thus turned on its head. True emotional strength, as exemplified by the Sigma male, lies in the nuanced ability to manage and direct emotions, not in their absence. As we reach the culmination of our exploration into the compelling question of why women may find themselves drawn back to Sigma males even after a separation, let us reflect not merely on the mechanics of attraction, but on the deeper currents of human nature and the path to a more grounded existence. What we've uncovered transcends a simple guide to interpersonal dynamics. It's a study in self-possession, the quiet strength of character, and the profound allure of authenticity in a world often clamoring for attention. We have journeyed beyond surface-level observations, delving into the psychological underpinnings of connection and detachment, and the subtle yet powerful language of independence and self-reliance. The return we've discussed isn't merely about the act of seeking reconciliation, it's about a fundamental shift in perspective, a moment of clarity where the true value of a man who stands firm in his own essence becomes undeniably apparent, especially in retrospect. Consider this not just through the lens of relationship strategy, but as a reflection on the cultivation of inner fortitude. The qualities we've highlighted, the silence that speaks volumes, the self-validation that needs no external echo, the decisive forward motion free from the chains of regret, the unwavering self-governance, these are not mere tactics within the dance of relationships. They are, in essence, the cornerstones of a life well lived, a life rooted in virtue and self-mastery. Imagine for a moment that Sigma male archetype isn't simply a label, but a mirror reflecting back to us the timeless wisdom of self-reliance, the potent strength of emotional equanimity. These are traits admired across ages, across cultures, the hallmarks of a spirit that is not easily swayed by external winds, but rather navigates life with a steady, internal compass. It is precisely these qualities, often initially misunderstood or even undervalued, that become the very magnets drawing reconsideration. The independence that might have once been perceived as detachment, the emotional reserve mistaken for indifference, the enigmatic nature once interpreted as aloofness, these very facets, upon reflection, reveal themselves as strengths of character, as testaments to a man who is not defined by the expectations or opinions of others. This is not about manipulation or calculated maneuvers to elicit a response. It is about the inherent power of living congruently with one's own values, of building a life that is intrinsically meaningful, regardless of external validation. This authenticity, this unwavering commitment to self, paradoxically becomes an irresistible force of attraction, a beacon in a world often dimmed by superficiality and the clamor for fleeting approval. Let us think of this through the prism of self-improvement, not as a means to an end in romantic pursuits, but as an ongoing journey toward personal excellence. The principles we've discussed, cultivating silence, seeking inner validation, embracing decisive action, mastering one's emotions, respecting one's own worth, these are all tenets that contribute to a life rich in purpose and resilience, a life that stands firm irrespective of relationship status. To embody these qualities is to embark on a path of continuous self-refinement, where each interaction, each experience of separation or reunion, becomes an opportunity for deeper self-understanding and growth. It is about constructing an inner citadel of strength, a place of calm amidst the inevitable storms of life, where one's value is anchored firmly within, unshakable by the shifting sands of external circumstance. If this exploration has resonated within you, if you feel a stirring of recognition in these principles of self-reliance and inner fortitude, then know that you are not alone on this path. The Sigma male community is not merely an online gathering, it is a collective of individuals drawn together by a shared yearning for a more authentic and self-directed existence. It is a space for those who understand the profound strength in stillness, who value independence not as isolation, but as the fertile ground for self-discovery and genuine contribution. Here, we delve into the practical application of these virtues, we support each other in cultivating emotional resilience, and we celebrate the quiet victories of self-mastery that often go unnoticed in the louder narratives of the world. We extend a sincere invitation to you to become a part of this community, to subscribe and engage in a deeper exploration of the Sigma way of life. Your participation not only enriches your own journey of self-understanding but also contributes to a collective endeavor to illuminate these often misunderstood facets of authentic masculinity. By subscribing, you become a part of a narrative that values introspection, resilience, and the strategic cultivation of inner strength. If this exploration has offered you clarity, challenged your perspectives, or simply resonated with your own experiences, we encourage you to affirm this understanding by pressing the like button and sharing this message with others who might find value in its insights. Let us together broaden the understanding of these powerful, often silent, strengths. As we conclude this session, let us carry forward the essence of what we have learned. The path of self-mastery, of cultivating inner strength, of living authentically, this is not a destination, but a continuous journey. Remember that in every interaction, in every parting and possible return, there lies a valuable lesson in personal growth. We thank you for joining us in this exploration, for engaging with these ideas, and for seeking a deeper understanding. We look forward to continuing this conversation, to sharing more insights, and to illuminating the quiet power that resides within each of us. This has been yet another enriching exploration from the Sigma male community, where we are committed to understanding, embodying, and celebrating the authentic and powerful journey of the Sigma male. Until our paths converge again in our next video, may you remain steadfast on your chosen path, embracing your strength in silence, and always remember, you are a valued presence within the Sigma male community, a place where inner strength and authentic self-possession are both understood and deeply respected.